Century Adventures. I'm Nathan Logston, and this is my family. These are my children and my lovely wife. You may have seen them here and there in some of our videos, but this is them. So we are here today in French Lick, Indiana. We are at the French Lick Museum celebrating their Circus Day. It's a really great one-day event that they do every year, and this is behind me is our big circus wagon that they bring down here every year. This is 120 years old. It's a real Barnum and Bailey circus wagon. So that brought me down here right off the bat. They have a lot of other cool stuff. So we're going to walk around, kind of show you what they've got going on here. Of course, French Lick is a fantastic town if you're interested in the early 20th century, and there's lots to see and do here. The museum is phenomenal, so be sure to check that out. All right, let's see the place. Howdy folks, I'm here with Kenton Albright. He's the interim director of the French Lick Museum, and he's going to tell us a little bit about why are you guys having a circus day?
Well, the art of the American Railroad Circus, or the American Circus, is quickly dying, for the lack of a better word. There's just not enough people preserving it. But it's our effort to track down and work with as many people who do actively preserve the arts and circus and bring them to the public.
What's significant about the circus and French Lick?
Well, 1915 and 1924, the Hagenbeck-Wallace Circus, the second largest circus in the United States, wintered here. The circuses didn't travel during winter. There was perfect weather's too challenging.
Because it was a resort.
Yeah. Well, with the too challenging of weather to travel across the country with that entire train, plus plenty of time to perform, to get new acts, new equipment, construct brand new wagons.
Right. And physically recover too.
Exactly.
I mean, we're inside right at the moment. It's not too bad, but it was so hot out there just walking around the pavement and trying to video some of this stuff. I can't imagine being in a big top tent in this kind of heat.
You can raise the sides, but oh my gosh, that's insane. But with Ed Ballard, the owner of the West Baden Springs Hotel, well, from 1915, the future owner of the West Baden Springs Hotel, it was a perfect spot for him. He already built his home, the Beechwood Mansion, and he wanted his circus visible. So he built his entire winter quarters right out his front door. Wow. So it was a perfect all-around spot. Wagon construction sheds, you had railroad spurs right up to it. It was truly an entire city in its own. Well, after 1924, the John Robinson Circus would move in, the third largest circus in the country. Then another one housed Great London shortly after that. Then by 1929, when the American Circus Corporation, the conglomeration of all of these smaller independent circuses, was sold to Ringling Brothers and Barnum and Bailey in 29, it all went away, and they moved back up to Peru in the end. Mm-hmm. But our winter quarters, we do have one remaining barn in town that has been completely restored by a young couple, and now it's a clothing boutique. So nice. Wonderful preservation here.
Yeah. And you guys have a lot of actual artifacts here too from the circus.
Absolutely. We're very fortunate. Benefactors, supporters, members of our museum, truly great people, just donate their time and money and their artifacts to our museum, and we could not be more grateful. This diorama being the creme de la creme of them all.
Fantastic.
50 years of work ongoing. Peter Gorman, the creator, is 67. And he prides himself on the fact that he can still climb in on his hands and knees and move all the living pieces. Wow. But our true reason for holding the Circus Day is in commemoration of the Great Circus Train Wreck of 1918. Okay. It was one of the largest tragedies that the circus has ever seen. Past the Hartford Fire. So you're watching the beginning of Water for Elephants, and they mention a couple incidents: Hartford Fire and Hagenbeck-Wallace wreck, and the fictional Benzini brothers incident from the movie.
Right.
Well, the Hagenbeck-Wallace wreck, engineer fell asleep of a troop train while the circus train was stopped for a hot box, a roller bearing too hot. The troop train engineer fell asleep, rear-ended the circus train, and 86 performers were lost in the following hours. Well, the show must go on is the motto of the circus, and 2 days later, they are in Wisconsin. They were in Gary, Indiana, when the accident happened. Hammond, Indiana.
Okay.
So, and they moved on to Wisconsin with the support of Ringling Brothers, Barnum and Bailey, separate circuses, Sells Floto, all the other American Circus Corporation shows, gave their equipment, their performers, everybody and everything that they needed to be on the road within 2 days.
Wow. Now, that just kind of shows how the circus community worked together even back then when it was a lot more competition.
Absolutely, yeah. I mean, they were competing tooth and nail. By 1929, Ringling Brothers would be beat out by Hagenbeck-Wallace for the opening show at Madison Square Garden.
Wow.
It was competition all around. But when a tragedy happens, there is no competition.
Well, fun side note, my father actually worked for Ringling Brothers. And,
you're kidding. That's wonderful.
He was part of the Circus Vargas, Clyde Beatty and Cole Brothers.
Absolutely.
We've got some of his paraphernalia too. That's from the 1970s, but it's still cool.
Well, still, absolutely. It's the heritage. The circus.
Exactly.
You could be in the 30s and be in today. The stories from the 30s are still going from generation to generation.
Exactly.
All the same.
And that's why I do what I do. So it all just circles back. So thank you so much for letting us be a part of your event and come out here and do this footage. I really appreciate that a lot. And hopefully it'll get you some extra attention on your next year's event. This event happens every year.
Every year on the closest Saturday to the date of the train wreck, June 22nd.
Okay, so the closest date to June 22nd is when you'll do the circus each year. All right, guys, keep track. Definitely check this out. This guy is amazing, and this museum is amazing. If you like the circus, if you like model trains, this is a cool place to check out. Where can they find out more information about the museum?
Our website, flwbmuseum.com, or our Facebook at FLWB Museum. Facebook is more regularly updated, but the website has all the information that you could ever ask for.
Fantastic. Thank you so much.
Absolutely. Thank you.